Yo, if you like Seminole football talk, real, straight, unfiltered, big boy talk, then hit that subscribe button. Join the fam.
Welcome back to the Tomahawk Trail, where we chop it up about all things Florida State football. The highs, the lows, the heartbreaks, and everything in between. I am your host, 1DB, theMovement, coming to you straight from the Chop Shop Reaction Studios. The Seminoles just put together one of their most complete games of the season, but the real test is coming this weekend. A road battle at Death Valley against the Clemson Tigers. So let's break it down. Duce Robinson's breakout, the quarterback situation, a fresh flip on the recruiting trail, and why this upcoming matchup might be a turning point for Mike Norvell's squad. Yes, sir. This is the Tomahawk Trail, breaking down Florida State football one chop at a time. So let's chop it up. After a dominant 42-7 win over Wake Forest, the Seminoles are rolling. But now the real test comes at Clemson. So let's talk about what's working, what needs to be tightened up, and what could get a little choppy out there in Death Valley.
The good.
Let's start with the good, because Florida State looked like the team we've been waiting for. Tommy Castellanos was in full command, 12 of 16, 271 yards passing, and a pair of touchdowns. The timing, the reads, the poise, that was the confident quarterback that we was looking for. The leadership that we needed. And the balanced offense was right on time. Then there's Sam Singleton, Jr., who ran for 91 yards on 14 carries. I was shocked to see him do that. Not the 91 yards, but the way he got them. He shot straight through the hole. You can tell, he had a good week of practice. A real good week of practice. And what we saw in the game is what the coaches saw all week. Hit the hole hard. No did it. But he's becoming that spark plug in the backfield that we needed. North and south, decisive and tough to bring down. And we can't forget Duce Robinson. Duce, he got hands Robinson, the star of the show. 5 catches, 148 yards, and a touchdown. He was named ACC Receiver of the Week and is now on pace to be FSU's first 1,000-yard receiver since 2019. He's just built different. Defensively, the Seminoles was flying around, forcing turnovers and holding Wake Forest to just 85 yards rushing. Tony White's defense looked sharp, disciplined, and dangerous.
The bad.
But, we got to keep it real. Not everything was perfect. Even in a blowout, there were moments of sloppiness, a few missed tackles in the open field, and some drive-killing penalties that just can't happen against a team like Clemson. The offensive line still has to prove it can protect consistently, especially on the road. Wake Forest's front didn't test them too much. But Clemson's D-line, man, that's a whole different beast. And while Castellanos looked sharp, we've seen some inconsistency earlier in the season. Mike Norvell is keeping the quarterback room competitive for a reason, because one off week can flip the narrative fast. Bottom line, the execution is improving, but FSU's margin for error is smaller when the lights get brighter.
The choppy.
Now it's time for them choppy waters. First off, the Clemson road trip. Death Valley is a brutal environment, and FSU heads in as a slight underdog. I think Clemson is up, or they got Clemson plus 2.5, maybe 3 points. So crowd noise, pressure, and discipline will all be factors in this test. This is a chance to prove that the Noles can handle adversity away from Doak. Then there's the ACC drama. Yeah, this FSU Clemson game isn't even on prime time. It's buried on the ACC Network. Two of the conference's biggest brands, and they're stuck on a limited platform. Fans are frustrated, and honestly, it adds more fuel to the fire about FSU eventually leaving the ACC. But we do have recruiting shakeups. FSU flipped 2026 linebacker Daylen Green, snatched him from Arkansas. Big athletic kid fits perfectly in the hybrid linebacker safety mode that Tony White loves. It's a quiet win, but it could pay off big down the line. So to sum it up, the offense is clicking, the defense is disciplined, but protection and penalties still need work. A road test in Death Valley and off-field issues with the ACC, a little tension, shall we say? And it seems that they got a problem with us and Clemson. It's not just us anymore. But this is a defining week for Mike Norvell's squad. One that could set the tone for the rest of the season. So we gonna see what it's gonna be. Let me know what y'all think, man. You know what I'm saying? This has been the Tomahawk Trail. I am your host, 1DB, theMovement. And if you love FSU, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop your prediction score for the Clemson game down in the comments. Until the next time, keep it chopping, stay locked in, and go Noles.